Alright, I'm back. I've got my beads out and I'm probably going to stick to around the colours that are on the fabric. So it's pinks and greens, which are hiding under here. So I'll just stand them up a little bit so I can get to them. Maybe not that one. Okay, so... and that one as well. Oh, I feel a little bit out of my leg here at the moment, but I'm just going to go for it. I'm just going to start. That's the best thing to do, isn't it? So using some of these beautiful beads here, and these are all from BB Craft. So, and I'm going to go around the face. I know that sounds a bit odd, but that's what I'm going to do. And maybe we'll do 2 at a time so it doesn't take quite so long. And I'm just randomly going to put these beads on like that. Like I said, they've got plenty of pictures on Pinterest on how to decorate these things, and I think the more you make of them, perhaps the better you might get at it. It can feel a little bit scary when you're not used to something, but then I'm sure as you make more, you get your own groove going and make it your own. I just thought it might be a bit of fun. Might be something people can do at this particular time. People might be a little bit stressed out or, you know, anything like that. They've come and gone in popularity over the years, this sort of thing. People have done swaps on them. There's quite a few. When I was kind of looking around at them and visiting a couple of blogs and things like that, there were quite a few swaps over the years that different groups had. I got a bit tangled. There we go. So I'm just putting different amounts of beads, sometimes 1, sometimes 2. And I'm going to do it around the whole face, not just the top of the face, like coming down here. But as I come down here, I'm wondering whether I should take it up closer to her face. So her face is not quite so big. I feel like her face is really big. So I might do that. So I will skip forward. Whoop. Got the cockatoos around. We've had the big black cockatoos around lately. It's that time of the year. They're beautiful. They don't stay long. Okay, so I will continue on with that and I'll be back when I've done it. Okay, so that's in the darker pink I've gone around. Now I'm going to add some of the light pink as well. And I'm using a double thread for this. Like I said, sometimes I'm putting 1 bead on and sometimes I'm just putting 2 beads on. I'm just seeing how it lays. Okay. So I'll go around again. So I've done the pink, and I think she looks much better with the smaller face, so I'm happy with that. Now I'm just going to put a few little green ones on. Just, you know, every so often around the edge, like a flower almost. And then a darker shade as well. I'll just start it here somewhere. Same sort of thing, I guess. I will be putting ribbon and things like that around, so oops, hang on, I caught a knot. That wasn't a good idea. There we go. Yeah. Just a couple every so often, and then maybe one of the other shades as well. So I'll continue going around with that bit of green now. So that is the green ones done now. I'm quite happy with that. I like the way that looks. I'll have to find some other things to add, and then I'll be back. I also added the occasional little yellow one. It's like a dusty yellow around the edge of that as well. So I've got some seam binding here. The colour is Vivid Pink. This is from Paper Inspirations, and I thought I would use a bit of this. On here, not quite sure how just yet, but we'll work that out as we go along. Trying to work out which side to start from, because whatever you do, you can always pull it out. You know, if you don't like what you're doing, you can always pull it out. Okay, I'm going to put it that way because I want the knot hidden like that. Okay, I've just folded the end of my ribbon over, and I'm going to do that, and hopefully something will happen here. What am I doing? Okay. It's all trial and error. So as I'm taking a stitch, I'm just like plating the ribbon up a little bit, runching it up a bit, and then I'll take another stitch, runch it up a little bit, and see how that kind of just runches it as I'm stitching, rather than gathering it and then having to stitch it on. And then where the stitch came out, I'm going back in next to it, runching it up a little bit more and coming out again like that. So I hope that's... It doesn't look too bright. It looks brighter on the viewfinder than it does in reality. So I'm just going to keep going along there like that. Oh, I wonder. I know I want to use some of these. Perhaps not that one. It's the same as that one. Yeah, I'll have to sort through and find out which ones I want to use, because that one's quite soft looking, isn't it? I could double it up if I wanted to. Pop it there. That could work. But I might have to put that on at the end because I still want to do some stuff there. So, those back. So that goes somewhere like that. Which colours? I used those two, didn't I? I might use that one. Okay. Yeah, that'll be fine. There we go. I like that. Now I want something up here. I was going to use that, but I think it's a little bit bright to put too many places. Let's put a bit of that on there. Okay. Oh, hang on, I got this. kind of goes with that a little bit without making it too bright. Or I've got this on my desk as well, which is probably the same. It's slightly lighter. I don't want it too bright. I need something to bring it back down to a little bit. Green. And that one, or that one's nice, isn't it? Maybe that one. And that's a sari silk chiffon. Well, silk chiffon ribbon. So let me put that one and that one back. That one over there. Oops, hang on, did I just lose my needle? There we go. How are we going to use that? Just needs sort of putting there, doesn't it? But it's a bit wide. It's quite wide. Do I want it that wide? I can always take it out if I don't like it, can't I? As long as I've got enough of it, I should have. Okay. I think we need to start over here. Not quite sure how I'm stitching this on. I don't want it to look the same as that, so I might just do this. I can come back around and put more stitches in. under there. And that under there. Alright, so I've stitched a couple of butterflies on the bottom there. I've actually used 2 butterflies on each, and I've used this lovely, oh, it's very hard to see, this colour bead for the body. I've stitched the green fabric on and put a little bead with every stitch that I have taken, and there's another butterfly at the top there. I do have a larger one here. See how I've got a double butterfly? It has like one yellow wing and one grey wing, and then I've alternated it on the other one, and this particular one is going to go about here, I think, on the neck part. But I want to fix her face, I think, before I stitch this one on. What I want to do, oh, I might have to just put a bit of glue on the end of that so it doesn't fray too much. Her face is very pale, and I like it, but I feel like it needs a bit of colour on it, which I'm scared to do. But I think I will give it a try. We can only learn by trying, can't we? So I'm going to get my pencils. Let me get my pencils. Okay, I've got watercolour pencils here. But I'm going to... where is it? Oh, I'm going to get one of the other faces. That was the first one I did. That's the one with a little chopped off part at the top there. I'm going to get this one and play on that one, I think, just to see for colouring, because I have no idea what I'm doing, to be honest. Like, that's very pink, isn't it? I don't know if I want pink. I kind of want the tan colour more than a pink colour. But it's whether... oh, hang on, what's this? That might work a bit better. I know it's kind of... it might go a little bit better. Have a look. Now I know this is not on the fabric, but it might work. So let's have a look. I don't want the, it doesn't, I don't know what I want, to be honest. I've never used these ones on fabric before. I usually use my ink pens when I'm doing my slow stitching, but I didn't want them to be too bright. Let's see how that looks. I don't know if you can see, but it's quite yellow, but I think when they dry much lighter. Than what they look. I just feel that it's far too pale, you know. I'm sure it'll be easier to put the colour on the doll as well, because this is only a little bit of fabric here. See, I went a bit hard around here, didn't I? I wonder if I can brush that out a little bit more. Like that. And then perhaps that pinky colour that maybe I could use a bit of this, like there. I have to, let me experiment and I'll come back. Okay, so that's it wet. I'll just see what it's like when it's dry. The only thing is, it reactivates when it gets wet, whereas the Inktense pencils, they don't. Once they are dry, they're set, which is what I like about them so much. I just don't have the colours in the Inktense to do this. The colours I have are very, you know, it's like the basic set. There, what's that? See, that's the yellow, but once you activate it, look how bright it is, see? It's incredibly bright. And there's no, like, tan colour. Well, there's a brown. I think that would be too bright. That's, you know, because it's Inktense, like it's intense. No, I'd have to have different colours, I think. I'm back, and I can't quite remember where was up to. I think I was letting the face dry. The face has dried. I've learned a valuable lesson. I'm not going to do the faces so bright white. Maybe a nice neutral colour fabric would have gone better. She's a little bit greeny yellow, but I don't mind. It's meant to be fun. It's meant to be quirky. So that is her face. I did go over the eyelashes with one of those pens, special pens, just so they stood out a little bit, and dotted the eyebrows a little bit. I have stitched the butterflies on. I'm not sure whether I showed you that. I've put the one here. And I've stitched this little bit of braid down there. I thought it lifted it, and because that was quite bright here, It was a bit subdued down here. I've put a flower, and then I've used a bead cap to hold that on. And that is from Babycraft also. And then I've beaded my little tassels down the bottom. That is the beautiful rose. It's covered in epoxy. It's actually, or resin, sorry. It's actually a real rosebud in there, and it has some little tiny beads on it as well, if you can see. So I've dangled that. I've used the beautiful little beads from Babycraft, and these other glass leaves here are also from Babycraft that I got a while ago. And so that's what she looks like. On the back it's quite plain, but I did do some lazy daisy stitches and put beads in the center of that as well, just to sort of add a little bit to the back. I think she's a lot of fun. I've really enjoyed doing this. It was something different. And while I was doing it, I remembered many years ago, probably over 25 years ago, because Jessica hadn't been born. We used to have a little consignment shop, my husband and I, and we'd take people's work in on consignment and sell it for them. And I remember a lady she used to do small patchwork pieces, and she bought these little brooches in one day, and they were like dimensional faces, and I was absolutely intrigued with them. But this is back in the day where we didn't have the internet to just go and Google and learn how to do things. So by looking at hers, I remember I made one, and I'd love to try that again. I think the lady who does these stamps also does that sort of thing. So I think I'm going to go and watch some of her videos if they're still up, and see if she has the dimensional faces and things. I did work it out back then, but I might need refreshing on it now. But this was such a fun project. A little friendship doll, Dotee Doll, Spirit Doll, what is that other one I said? Soul. I'll put it on the screen because it's completely left me. Also, I think, because I did look on Pinterest, I think there's another one called Lady Doll. So a lot of fun. You could use your scraps. This is big compared to some. Some are usually only about that big. I'd love to make some more in different types of colours, maybe some neutral ones, but it's fun to use all the bright things too, you know. It really is. And plus it puts a smile on my face. So this is my sample, because I've learnt a lot while doing this. So this one's going to hang in front of me here. So when I make some more, and I may or may not use the stamps. I like the stamps, but I'd like to draw my own face too, I think. I've learnt a lot from this one. And of course you can make their hair and have hats on them and all sorts of things. A lot of fun. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it wasn't too long. Thank you so much, Babycraft, for all the lovely items that you sent me this month. So like I said, I used the resin rose. I used the lovely butterflies from Babycraft, and I used all these beads. Well, I didn't use them all, but I used a good variety of these lovely beads from Babycraft, and I also used the glass charms from a previous design package. So take care, everybody, and thank you so much for watching. Bye.